वर्ष
पुस्तालाई मायाले जोड्ने जिन्दगीलाई अर्डिनेरीबाट एक्स्ट्रा अर्डिनेरी बनाउने सधैँ केएफसी.
Despite, I'll give you the exact number of runs he's got. He hasn't got many with the bat. He's bowled very well, but that shows his impact on the game with those 5 consecutive rides, and he has been a joy to watch here. I'll give you one inside scoop. As we were doing the post-match presentation with the first game, the Nepal side just started to come across from pitch 2 to pitch 1. Dippy actually speaks pretty good English. I think he prefers to speak in Nepali, understandably, that's his mother tongue. But I said to him, I counted my fingers, I said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and held them to him. And I said, Dipendra, will we get number 6 today? And he said, oh, maybe 7. He doesn't just want 1 today, he wants 2.
What an impact does he have on the opposition? And the problem is that you can't take those free-flowing singles that most of the teams like to do, tap and run, touch and run.
The other thing, and the other factor that sometimes, occasionally we get a little bit of criticism in the commentary box, why are you talking about him so much? It's hard to get across what you might not be able to see on your screens at home that we see in person. It's the speed. Everything is done at a superhuman pace, faster than any fielder I've ever seen. Maybe Jadeja at his peak. But I think Irie's faster than him as of today. Jadeja's obviously coming towards the autumn, the winter of his career. He's phenomenal to watch, and the fact that we've got maybe, arguably the best fielder in the world right now, today, in 2025, belonging to an associate team, how good is that?
Oh, he's exceptional. The way he bounces onto the ball, and the kind of anticipation that he provides. Cut well, in the gap, and every time the ball finds the gap, these outfields are really lightning quick. It really travels to the boundary very, very quickly.
Only a little bit of width, but it's into one of Kushal Patel's favourite zones. He's had an excellent tournament, hasn't he? Being by far the most consistent batter for Nepal. Sheikh has had it in fits and starts to go with him, but I've been really impressed with Kushal Patel, the way in which he has played. Him back in form is a big boost for Stuart Law. And now he cashes in a big way. Short the ball before, Oliver compensates, does Burgess, and that comes right out of the screws and flies all the way for 6 to round out the third. It's 27 for none.
Just 1 run from the first 4 deliveries, and all of a sudden a short ball dispatched to the boundary, goes full up, inside out, over covers. It's an incredible strike from Kushal Patel.
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 8 एनर्जी भरेकै रेड बल ज्ञान छ कि आटाको गुणले पूरा गर्छ हरेक घरको डिमान्ड हामीसँग ज्ञान छ Can't wait, won't wait. Sunfeast Dog Fantasy.
Sahara Health Insurance अब अस्पतालको खर्च सहाराले गर्छ न्यूनतम शुल्कमा 6 लाखसम्मको कभरेज
And he is helped away over the offside. That's really impressive batting. Just a couple of bounces from Asif Sheikh. And a bit of a loosener from Jasmat. Looks a tired body out there, the captain of Samoa. They're palping about now.
A very young Nepalese team making it count as the sun shines. Making it count and making it count big. Fitness plays a huge role in the game of cricket, and that's where this young Nepalese side, as fit as they can get. Third ball. Really like what I see from Asif Sheikh. But most importantly, what's lacking from Asif Sheikh are those huge scores. That's what he would want to work on.
Yeah, he's probably in his T20 career, I agree with you. He's got a lot of sort of scores in the 40 to 60 zone. And it's the best time of the innings to bat. That's why everyone wants to open the batting. And if he is going to play in the T20I side, I think he has to open. He's a fine keeper, remember, too. Big asset. But in what is today his 67th innings, he has 9 50s, but a higher score of 68. So he's never really kicked on. Could today be the day? Well, with shots like that, maybe it will be. a new high score. Another good stop by the ground stop out there. They've been everywhere, working ever so hard, and it's a big 6 helped away into the leg side.
Just not able to find that kind of pace that he was offering earlier in this tournament. Tight body could be the reason, but fresh as it can get for Asif Sheikh. Lot of fan support, and that's what can bring to the center. Crowd support can make a huge difference.
Yeah, they came into the tournament in 68th in the world. Because of that win over Papua New Guinea, they've jumped up to 64th. Oh, Sheikh goes a big distance into the sky and nearly all the way. Just one bounce. Those Nepal fans are going to love every second of whatever they watch today. It's got a celebratory feel out there. And Sheikh goes back to back, the 3rd boundary in the over already.
What an incredible strike. He's decided to go against Caleb Jaspan and go bonkers, and that's exactly what he's doing. Anything in his arc is all being pumped away. 14 runs of this over so far, 2 deliveries to spare. Much better, pulling the length back. They will get a single to bid off. The crowd are enjoying 42 in 3.5. Asif Sheikh has got a start that he would love to capitalize and make it count and make it big.
Yeah, absolutely. And these are the days where, as a top order batter, you know, against lower ranked opposition, there's a little fact called stats padding. I don't know if you've ever heard of that one. These are the days to cash in, get a big score, help that average look a little better. Ideally, get a not out if you can. Good top ball to finish the 4th, Nepal, or 42 for none. Even if they lost the thriller here to Samoa, they'll probably have enough to get over the line. They're the 3 sides that will qualify for the T20 World Cup next year in India and Sri Lanka. We're expecting, the latest I heard, a little bit of inside information, we're expecting the group's announcement in the coming weeks from the ICC, so that should be sooner rather than later. As the man who's probably been Samoa's player of the tournament for the men in blue, Samana Fatu Tiai, comes into the attack. Not just his bowling, his left arm spin's been impressive, his power hitting, batting, it's fielded nicely too. Good all round cricketer.
At the moment he's trying to hit into the block hole because Asif Sheikh with that big back lift is looking to make an impact. 30 of 17 back-to-back dot balls.
Oh, well bowled again. He's a big man, isn't he? He's got big broad shoulders, and you might look at him in the outfield and say, oh, he'll be a fast bowler. But he's a very fine left arm spinner, and because of his strength, I think he gets good action out of the ball in terms of bounce. It's a chip down the ground, an elegant shot, a quality shot. It will race for 4.
Don't forget the stats, 3 dot balls, and the next ball is a wicket or a boundary.
It's the old club cricket saying, that one, isn't it? Something's going to happen.
Something's going to happen, and that's exactly what Asif Sheikh is doing.
It kind of does happen more often than not as well. It really does. Pierces the gap. Now, will this have the pace to get to the rope ball? Maliata says, I'm just going to jog after this because it's too quick for me. The 50 brought up with probably the shot of the innings. A conventional textbook stroke of the highest quality. Not a lot wrong with this delivery. You feel for Fatu Tiai, all class from Asif Sheikh.
Oh, Asif Sheikh is probably rushing through the proceedings at the moment. He's accumulating boundaries at will, and that's not great science for Samoa at the moment. Finally finishes with a dot ball, 8 runs from the rover of Somani Fatu Tiai. 50 without losing a wicket at the end of the 5th over.
Naksha Anek, Energy 8. Energy भनेकै Red Bull.
ज्ञान एक्स्ट्रा लङ ग्रेन बासमती राइसको 20 केजीको प्याकेटको खरिदमा पाउनुहोस् क्यासब्याक तुरुन्तै आफ्नो हेल्थी वालेटमा।
गजबको पिरो अब 120 ग्राम 20% एक्स्ट्रा तौलसँगै रुट 50 मा गजबको पिरो बबाल पिरो छ।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
आयामी लाइफ बालकिरण जीवन बीमा।
Solomon Nash will bowl the critical sixth over, always a tricky over to bowl, particularly when the opposition are wicketless. And he starts right on the money. For Nepal, the kind of solidity has been at the top of the order. Bertal and Sheikh have both had very good tournaments. Problems have been outside of Powell's crucial 50 in that match against Qatar. There hasn't been a lot going apart from the late revelation of Gulshan Jad, who's played so well down the order.
It's the middle order that's been the concern. You need some power hitting, and that's what has been missing. When you're talking about elegance through the covers, elegance is always an offer from Kushal Bhartel. Dancing down the track, getting to the pitch of the balls, taking the swing out of equation and then driving through the covers.
Yeah, great shot. He's a power-packed batter. What you might not know about Kushal Bhartel, if you just see him in the outfield, you'll think he's an athletic and he's a fit man. He's incredibly strong. He might not be tall in stature, he's quite diminutive, but he works harder, well, as hard as anyone in the gym for Nepal. He is stacked. He is really powerful, and that was powered through the covers. Good culture, good slower ball from Nash. A lot of that change, and you look at the difference in the side now for Nepal after their third T20 World Cup to the legends that went in 2014, the Paris Kadka, the Shakti Gauchan, the guy in Andrew Malla, the Basanta Regmi era, the Sharon Vasakar era. They were very good cricketers who loved playing for their country, who excelled playing for their country. The modern incarnation of this Nepal side, fully professional, and the fitness levels are right on a par with the Test Nations. If not, some of the Test Nations, they're fitter than. And that has been a collective move over the last 5 years, driven, if you speak to the players, a lot of them say inspired by the likes of Virat Kohli from down south of the border, seeing the way in which he transformed his shape. And you cannot help but argue, particularly in these conditions, that has had a big impact. They're probably fitter and stronger than all of the opposition in this tournament.
Oh, they are certainly by far the fittest side of this tournament. The way they run between the wickets, the way they field, and that's why they've been the best fielding side of this entire tournament.
Pumped down the ground. It's going to go all the way for 6. Well, you knew from the roar, didn't you? And Asif Sheikh is turning it on in some style. He moves to 44 and a strike rate at 200. And it's an expensive 6th over now at that shot.
It's incredible striking from Asif Sheikh. 44 of just 22 deliveries. Solomon Nash, probably one of the pick of bowlers for Samoa, but it's not working in his favour because he's bowling way too full. Don't know the reason for that. Generally throughout the tournament he's hit the deck hard and he's bowled a tight line, but today he's trying to make an impact, trying to swing the ball, trying to pitch it up, and that's where it's been very expensive. 24 runs in his second over. He's still to finish it up with the ball.
Excellent power play for Nepal, going at more than 10 runs per over. It's their best of the competition thus far, and they're in big control here, cruise control if you will, at 61 for now.
Energy 8. Energy भनेकै Red Bull.
सहारा हेल्थ इन्स्योरेन्स अब अस्पतालको खर्च सहाराले गर्छ। न्यूनतम शुल्कमा 6 लाखसम्मको कभरेज।
MIT, an internationally recognized degree, Bagh Bazaar, Kathmandu.
Panchakanya bathwear, luxury made affordable.
And the elegance of Kushal Bhartel has been the standout journey, and the fans have enjoyed it thoroughly throughout. And you are getting in excess of 60 runs. I think you've done pretty much well.
Yeah, I think from this position, so much power to come, and a few batters in good form, they have to be thinking of 200 plus. It's probably been the one real issue in this tournament, the inconsistency with the batting for Nepal. Really, Gulshan Jazz bailed them out of trouble 2 or 3 times. Bertel's quality at the top has has been their linchpin, their rock, and then it's been their fielding and their bowling that's combined well to keep them unbeaten.
What my understanding of Nepal is that one thing that is missing in the Nepalese lineup is that they need somebody like a Ben Mailata who can hit at will. Any strike from even not the middle of the bat should carry outside the boundary.
Yeah, and I think they have that in the shape of Kushal Malla, but he just hasn't had a good tournament. Particularly, you're talking about the guy in the middle overs to target spin.
Probably number 6, number 7.
Okay, so further down they have Gulshan Jah, they have that. It's probably more that 3 or 4 role. Got him, chopped it on, and it's another one for Semanu Fatu Ti. What a brilliant tournament the big man is having. Gives it the celebration. The love heart comes out. Love to see that. And Samoa, they have their first wicket, and they deserved it, particularly the left arm spin of Semanu Fatu Ti.
This is the middle overs where Nepal has been struggling throughout. The power play dominated by Nepal, but Kushal Patel, a lazy shot probably from Kushal Patel, not moving his legs, and the arm ball of Samani Fatutai just getting too big on to Kushal Patel.
Might have missed everything. I thought it was an inside edge at first, but I think it's gone straight through. Patel's got to go for 17, and the opening partnership is broken. It's 63 for 1.
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइ नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी भरेकै रेड बल
Everyone subscribe. Subscribe.
MIT, an internationally recognized degree, Bagh Bazaar, Kathmandu.
You've got to be able to accumulate runs, reduce the number of dot balls because the 5 fielders will tend to spread right to the rope, and then find the occasional boundary. One boundary and over, and some singles, you're in good shape. That's why I think they've gone with this new role for Dipender Singh Ari. Rod Powell's going to drop down the order, and the vice captain will replace the captain at number 3. Interesting move, this one.
You need to have either of the two. One is either you need to have the skill set of Jatinder Singh, innovation to your advantage, play those reverse sweeps, and create those gaps in the field. Or else you need to have that powerhouse where you can tong the ball out of the ground at will. Either of the two.
Phenomenal running there, Pranav. Really, it looked like a cast iron single, and probably for every other team in the tournament it would have been a single. Now I realize
कि आटाको गुणले पूरा गर्छ हरेक घरको डिमान्ड हामीसँग ज्ञान छ
Special celebrations like Sunday Special बनाउने सधैँ KFC.
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह
Accumulate those boundaries. Every over you need at least one of them.
well, here is the world record holder. We've actually got 2 world record holders out there. Darius Visser, who struck in, remember, in the sub-regional, hosted by Samoa, albeit on an artificial pitch. He struck 39 runs off and over, which is the most ever in T20I history. There was some assistance from a few no balls in there. In fact, there was even a dot ball in there, remarkably. He'll come in with his leg breaks, and at some point he'll probably bowl to Dipender Singh Ari, who was one of 5 international cricketers to hit the perfect 6 sixes from the 6 balls in an over, in that most exclusive of international clubs. And that was here at this venue. Came against Qatar in the ACC Premier last year, joining Jaskar Malhotra of the United States of America, Herschel Gibbs of South Africa, Yuvraj Singh, and Kairon Pollard. It is probably one of the most unique and exclusive clubs in world cricket, isn't it? And 5 great names in there.
It's an elite club. Love to be there.
Is Ari going to try and do it to Visser? Make another world record?
It's that kind of phase where if you're talking about the 16th, 17th, 18th over, yes, probably he would have even tried, but at this phase I don't think Dipender Singh Ari is going to be going all over again.
I know Visser came into the tournament with all the talk about his power hitting exploits, an average of over 50 at the start of it. Hasn't found the runs he would have liked. Scores of 1, 14, 27, 0 and 1 up at the top. But I've been impressed by his leg breaks. He's a good googly, as we just saw there. And he's probably been a bit unlucky not to pick up more than the 5 wickets that he has this tournament. This has been a good over.
Certainly a good over to come back immediately after the power plates. There's been also more in these 2 overs.
I'm surprised he didn't take on the single there, because Irie certainly would have got there 4 dots consecutively. It's 66 for 1.
Laksha Anek, Energy 8. Energy भनेकै Red Bull. Asian Paints Ultimate Protect Shine. यसमा रहेको UV hybrid technology काम, पानी, धुलोबाट
Like, subscribe guys. Like, subscribe.
शाइनदार,
Like,
शाइनदार,
subscribe guys.
वर्षों वर्ष. Can't wait, won't wait. Sunfeast Dark Fantasy.
You can't hear him.
You can't, no chance.
Fatu TI is going to continue. Good. What's Nepal's answer here? Again, a bit of an Achilles heel in this part of the game, as that one is pulled into the leg side. Very fortunate not to go to the mid-wicket fielder. Irie just happy with the single.
It is this middle phase that has been the concern for Nepal because
Too many dots.
too many dot balls.
Yeah, there's too many dots in this phase.
And very few boundaries. That's been another reason because once the field spreads out, they had a little bit of concern. Not on this occasion either. Found the gap, but even with the lightning quick outfield, it's only going to be a couple of runs.
Yeah, and even for Nepal, despite their fitness, and you've got to remember one thing Nepal have had in their favour, the schedule has gone really well for them. In the group stages, the highest 3 ranked sides played a game, had a day off and played a game the final day of the groups. And then if you won your group, you got further reward, because Nepal only had to play back-to-back once. That was the first and second game, and both of those, well, one was in the afternoon and the second was a night game. Then from there, in the final stage of the Super Sixes here, they've had game, day off and game to finish, so they probably have had the easiest schedule in terms of rest and recovery. But even they look to me to not necessarily be at their absolute peak. The fatigue is even kicking in for them. And remember, it's been something of a long tour already. They had that preparatory tournament, the Unity Cup, first ever matches against a full member. They remarkably didn't just win a game, they won the series against West Indies. And then from there, the announcement from the Cricket Association of Nepal is that they're not going to go home to celebrate this qualification. I think they're all getting on a bus. It's not a flight, a bus straight to the United Arab Emirates for their next Cricket World Cup League 2 series. So the celebrations will have to wait. They've already been sparked across the country, but to get their heroes home, they'll have to wait. And that's a pretty intense period, isn't it? 5-6 weeks on the road and a lot of emotions and an awful lot of important cricket as they'll get the overthrow, much to the joy of the Nepal fans.
Very spot on.
ज्ञान एक्स्ट्रा लङ ग्रेन बासमती राइसको 20 केजीको प्याकेटको खरिदमा पाउनुहोस् क्यासब्याक तुरुन्तै आफ्नो खल्ती वालेटमा।
गजबको पिरो अब 120 ग्राम 20% एक्स्ट्रा तौलसँगै रु 50 मा गजबको पिरो बबाल पिरो छ।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
So you go today. Now Slog swept away, gets a good piece of it, and he gets the maximum piece of it. It's going to be 50 for Asif Sheikh. It's going to be T20I 50, number 10 for him. Now he's only got a career best of 68. Is today the day he goes past that? Good strike rate today, 31 deliveries and plenty of good boundaries.
Certainly today is the day when you would want to make it count and make it count big. Half a tracker and somebody with 48 runs on the board was never going to be missing out on that. Asif Sheikh celebrates a 50 here. It's an opportunity to go big. Probably get to those 3-figure marks for the very first time in the T20Is. They have a good platform. 80 for the loss of 1.
Really well bowled by Visser. Just the one bad ball, isn't it, that's been costing him throughout this series. He's been a bit more expensive than he would have liked. As the googly has worked into the leg side, Ari, well, he started reasonably, just accumulating some runs. You just wonder, will Powell drop himself down the order entirely and maybe just be happy. This is pulled away for 6. Another drag down. Second of the over. Asif Sheikh continues to really cash in, doesn't he? And I've been so impressed by the way in which he's gone about it. Nepal's fans, you cannot help but love the joy and the passion that they bring.
The stands are packed because the Nepalese fans are enjoying the striking from the bat of Asif Sheikh. He's striking and striking at will, and that is something that has been missing for Nepal throughout this tournament. Asif Sheikh in the very last game. They're facing Samoa and he's making it count, 61 of 33. Can he go big? Can he make it count? Can he get his career best?
And certainly he's shown plenty of signs of doing that throughout the competition. I think he's had a really good tournament, probably hasn't hit the headlines as much. He's had that one player of the match award already. But I just like the way in which he's accumulated his runs. He's probably found it a bit tricky, hasn't it, outside of the power play. But he's such a stylish player. Now, the umpires can't find that ball. It's gone miles. So we're going to have a bit of sense and sensibility. All the players need a drink. And so they will have a break. We'll have a break too in the commentary box. Don't go near it too far. What can Nepal get to? Approaching the halfway stage of this.
Red Bull presents T20 World Cup qualifiers. Nepal को विश्व कप यात्रा powered by ज्ञान एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग ग्रेन बासमती राइस 50 पल्सर
Guys, subscribe, please. Subscribe, like, subscribe, guys.
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 8 एनर्जी भरेकै
subscribe, guys.
रेड बल
ज्ञान एक्स्ट्रा लङ ग्रेन
Subscribe,
बासमती
subscribe, guys,
राइसको
subscribe.
20 केजीको प्याकेटको खरिदमा पाउनुहोस् क्यासब्याक तुरुन्तै आफ्नो हेल्थी वालेटमा।
भाग्यले जहिले साथ देला या नदेला तर ई सेवा लाइफ केयरले दिनेछ।
Asian Paints Ultimate Protect Shine यसमा रहेको UV हाइब्रिड टेक्नोलोजीले घाम पानी धुलोबाट दिन्छ वर्ष सुरक्षा। घर रहन्छ सधैँ शाइनदार घर वर्षौं वर्ष।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
ज्ञान छ कि आटाको गुणले पूरा गर्छ हरेक घरको डिमान्ड। हामीसँग ज्ञान छ।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह। Join the Clear Kantipur Max Fantasy League and get a chance to win the all-new TVS roaming bike plus exciting gift handles every week. Scan the QR code and get a FPL code now.
Red Bull presents T20 World Cup qualifiers. Nepal को विश्व कप यात्रा powered by ज्ञान एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग ग्रेन बासमती राइस 50 पल्सर and गजब को पिरो नूडल्स।
English Premier League को प्रत्यक्ष प्रसारण केवल कान्तिपुर मैक्स HD र कान्तिपुर मैक्स को एपमा हेर्न नछुटाउनुहोला।
So Nepal have had in this tournament so far 87 for the loss of 1 and 9.5. They would want to make it count and make it count big. They would want to go probably in excess of 200 with the kind of start they've had. Asif Sheikh has cut loose and cut loose well, 61 of 33 deliveries. Partnering alongside him is the Superman from Nepal, Dipendra Singh Ari. He's taken his time, 8 of 11 for him. He's one of those exceptional players who can cut loose and make it count. take the attack on Samoa and make them pay. Is this going to be his afternoon? Only time will tell, but at the moment it is Asif Sheikh who's making hay while the sun shines.
He's played really nicely, isn't he? And probably been a bit of the unsung hero through this competition for Nepal. Headlines have gone to Lamachani, to Airi, to Kushal Bertel, to Gulshan Jai even. But Asif Sheikh, he has a consistency to him, doesn't he? Always just accumulates runs, very elegant runs usually. He's got such a good technique, as it will be a single terrain at the 10th over. Will get us to the halfway stage. Officially,
Aksha Anek, Energy 8. Energy भनेकै Red Bull.
MIT, an internationally recognized degree, Bagh Bazaar, Kathmandu.
If you have just made your way to the Oman Cricket Academy, you would see the visuals of a lifetime, because on a Friday afternoon, it's a public holiday. It is the Nepalese fan who have made the Oman Cricket Academy of their own. They're enjoying this wonderful encounter between Nepal and Samoa. It's the final game of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup Asia and East Asia Pacific qualifiers. It's me, Pranav Mehta, and alongside me, another Nepalese, Andrew Leonard.
well, maybe honorary Nepali. Yeah, no, it's a country, as you know, Pranav, that holds a very special place in my heart, my second home, a place with the warmest, the kindest people, and the most joyous you'll ever meet. And I'll tell you something, their cricket team, after a month of, well, horror really, and tragedy across Nepal and across Kathmandu, in particular across the valley, hopes of a brighter future ahead, of course, now, but it's the cricket team that are really standing up to give joy, and there's joy in that shot from Dipender Singh Airi. It was a little bit of a drag down from Noah Mead, who's come into the attack for his first over, and very nicely guided away into the offside for 4.
The kind of time that Dipender Singh Airi has on that one is special. Rookie on the back foot and playing it in front of square, and that's what made it even more special. Probably Mead was looking to leak just a single to deep covers, or probably a sweeper.
Missed out there, didn't he? Singh Airi should have put that away, a full toss from Mead. But yeah, I just think the importance of sport, the power of sport, cannot be overstated. It really is such a healer. Time is a healer too, and for Nepal, this means the world to not just the 30 plus million, but also those all around the world in the diaspora. There's a young man who deserves a big shout out, Sajan Lamachane, the official.
ज्ञान छ कि आटाको दुरले पूरा गर्छ हरेक घरको डिमान्ड हामीसँग ज्ञान छ
गजबको पिरो अब 120 ग्राम 20% एक्स्ट्रा तौलसँगै रुट 50 मा गजबको पिरो बबाल पिरो छ
Involved in this tournament, so a big shout out to Sajan. Lovely to see him here. Have you been touching him up for a few photos, Pranav, throughout the cup?
It's been exhausting. I swear, the ground has felt as if it's miles away from the gun box. Flicked on the leg side. It's only going to be a single.
The flights of stairs we walk up keep going, don't they? They're never ending to get up to our position. But the only thing I would say, I can't think, well, okay, I'm going to go deep into the well here. maybe in Abu Dhabi. Well, no, actually, I think this could be half an appeal, stifled appeal, probably just hanging there, maybe some batting ball. I can't think of a better commentary box in World Cricket in the associate game than this one. Maybe Sharjah in the UAE, but this is right up there.
I've been to a lot of them, and I really feel that the angle that this ground provides and the visibility, fantastic.
You can see full 360 degrees, purpose built. Oh, now was there an edge there? You just think it's that danger zone again for Sheikh. Oh, it's going to be given as buys. I think Burgess thought there was an edge. Let's have a look at the replay.
Oh, I don't think there was anything. .96 for the loss of 1, 11.3. They've been going and going hard.
Whipped into the leg side. He's doing a good job here, Burgess, taking the pace off. His innings has, well, been a bit of a struggle. I don't think anybody will be convinced enough by it to think that he's the solution at number 3. I've no doubt that it'll be Powell who will continue at number 3 for the near future. He's batted every position from number 3 to number 8 in the order for Nepal in this format. I'm not convinced this is a natural role for him. I think he's at his best coming in at number 6 with a kind of, let's say, a 3 to 6 over period left to bat.
With the license in hand.
Exactly, yeah.
And that's the most important factor, because Dipendra Singh Airy, if he wants to shine and shine bright at number 3, he needs to play his natural game, which is to be going after the bowlers, and that's not something happening at the moment. 12 overs done, 2 short of 100 for the loss of 1, Nepal.
Laksha Anek, Energy 8. Energy Bharekai, Red Bull.
स्वदेश तथा विदेशमा आर्जन गर्ने शिक्षाको सम्पूर्ण खर्चको जिम्मेवारी लिन्छ आइएमई लाइफ इन्स्योरेन्सले।
आइएमई लाइफ बाल किरण जीवन बिमा योजना।
सहारा हेल्थ इन्स्योरेन्स अब अस्पतालको खर्च सहाराले गर्छ। न्यूनतम शुल्कमा 6 लाखसम्मको कभरेज।
Subscribe, like guys. Subscribe guys.
There's
Subscribe.
definitely a clue in those figures that we've just seen. Get the pace off and maybe restrict the run scoring.
Channel
A
subscribe.
lot comes down to the power as well. Most of these Nepalese batters are great timers of the cricket ball, but not the powerhouses.
It's really Gulshan Jah that brings that X factor. Kushal Malla has it too, but he just hasn't shown it this tournament, particularly against spin. Usually dominates left arm spin, as Mead is clipped down the ground for a single. Just a bit more on Dipendra Singh Airy's various roles. If you look at his career, this is his 6th innings in T20I cricket at number 3. He's played 32 at number 4, that's the most he's played, including his 1 century there. Then he's been in at number 5 22 times, number 6, as this one goes towards long off. And an attempted catch is not affected. Airy's starting to show his power, and he will get the first maximum of his innings, and will bring the 100 up in some style.
15 of 19, he will be feeling the pressure, he will be feeling the heat under this Oman sun, which has been shining bright. And finally it is Dipendra Singh Airy, the incredible Dipendra Singh Airy, showing his power and striking clean on these wonderful lush green outfields. Lovely striking inside out.
Yeah, really good shots. Those fast hands that he has, and then he pumps it down to long off. Just finish out that point about Airy. 11 innings at 6, 5 at 7, and then 3 down at 8. No one suggests he bats there, but if you look at his career numbers, his highest average in those positions is there at number 5, averaging the best part of 35, but also this one's cut away, and cut away for 4. It's going to be a career best for Asif Sheikh. 65, moves to 69, highest he's ever got in this format. And I'll tell you something, he might be thinking of 3 figures here.
He's due for 100, he's been around for a while, he's not got there. Today is the best day for him to get there. 7.2 overs remaining in this game. Ample amount of time, he doesn't need a lot, 31 runs.
Oh, and that's pumped out to the man. This could be given, yes, it's taken. Oh, what have you done, Asif Sheikh? Just as we mentioned the century in the commentary box, we only whispered it. The next delivery, it's a full toss. He's going to go past his career best of 68 not out, but he's been caught for 69. Mead has a wicket, and Asif Sheikh will not be able to believe what he's just done.
Probably one of the easiest deliveries that Asif Sheikh has faced in this entire game. It was a juicy full toss and he could have hit that anywhere. And he chooses to hit it down the throat of deep mid-wicket. Stationed almost towards the cow corner. An incredible knock from Asif Sheikh comes to an end. It's the second wicket down.
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइ नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 8 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बल
बेबे यो चीज बल लगाउँ न
हे यो चीज बल छैन 2 PM चीज बल छ के
यो भन्नुभयो के उहाँले 2 PM चीज बल बिग मान तपाईको छिमेकी
Mead finally gets a wicket and it's a big wicket of Asif Sheikh. 12 runs from this over. And then to have the wicket of Asif Sheikh will always be a big bonus, big plus for Samoa, who are feeling the heat, feeling the pressure from the situation and from the circumstances. It's not just the power hitting of the Nepalese batter, it is the heat in Oman and then the heat from the crowd as well.
ज्ञान एक्स्ट्रा लङ ग्रेन बासमती राइसको 20 केजी को प्याकेटको खरिदमा पाउनुहोस् क्याशब्याक तुरुन्तै आफ्नो हेल्थी वालेटमा
गजबको पिरो अब 120 ग्राम 20% एक्स्ट्रा तौलसँगै रु 50 मा गजबको पिरो बबाल पिरो छ
Come to it, more to it. Sunfeast Dark Fantasy.
Visser comes back into the attack for his third over. One Sheikh brother replaces the other, Sheikh the elder, the man they call the Iceman. Ice runs through his veins, loves a pressure situation, not a particularly pressured situation, this one. But he will want to make an impact in a format that is not really his primary one, as to why he needs to be in every ODI side for. And Nepal, he loves a cut shot, it's his favourite stroke, and he'll find the first boundary of his innings with that trademark shot. Arif Sheikh cuts it away beautifully and gets 4.
What an incredible strike. That'll get Arif Sheikh get going with that shot. Look at them running between the wickets. Yes, the ball travelled to the boundary and travelled really quickly, but it's an incredible show from these Nepalese players.
Yeah, in T20 cricket, it's just a bit more of a challenge for Sheikh. His career strike rate just 112, and actually he's into his 36th innings today, yet to make a 50 in this format. That's not to say he can't play T20 cricket, but just definitely, you look at the way in which he accumulates runs in such a composed manner in ODI cricket, where he's got 9 ODI 50s to his name. And he has a little bit of work to do to prove his worth in the shorter formats. And that will help him, because it's not a good delivery. The full toss is worked around the corner, second boundary in the over, second to Arif Sheikh.
You can't be bowling that in any format whatsoever. Arif Sheikh, one of the best T20 players that Nepal has, that's what has been suggested, but in my opinion, that ball it deserved to be hit for a boundary on any particular surface or any particular format.
I think the problem for Darius Visser, he's bowled some really good deliveries, but he's also tended to bowl one poor ball and over, which has been punished. Look at that great delivery, right on the money, and he's got the big wickets. Hasn't he deserved it? Arif Sheikh questions whether or not it was angling down, A big flamboyant appeal from Visser. The hands were pleading with the umpire. He gets the decision going in his favour, and Arif Sheikh comes and goes pretty quickly. Trapped LBW for 9.
Great outing for Asif Sheikh, who's got a big score, but not a great outing for Asif Sheikh. Arif Sheikh, who's going to be walking back.
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइला नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 8 एनर्जी भरेकै रेड बल लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 8 एनर्जी भरेकै रेड बल यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला यति कार्पेट कार्पेटको शहंशाह
पञ्चकन्या एसएस ट्याग 10 वर्षदेखि गुणस्तरीय सेवामा समर्पित विवेक यो चिज बोल्नु हुन्न
हे यो चिज बोल्छ हैन 2 PM चिज बोल्छ के
The crease in at number 5. So captain and vice captain out there. What can they find together? The partnership starts in some style as the trademark fast hands of Dipendra Singh Auri whip that through the offside for 4.
So much of this will be dependent on the tiger from Nepal, Dipendra Singh Auri, because he's lost Asif Sheikh, he's lost Arif Sheikh as well, and now it is all dependent on Dipendra Singh Auri to keep going and keep going hard if they want to post a big total. Certainly they don't want to be compromising for something like 170, 175. They want to go big and make it count. Get to closer to 200, probably in excess of 200.
Great running between the wickets. They'll pick up 2 there. Yeah, I'm not being in any way derogatory to Samoa, but for Nepal's confidence, they want 200 here. There's a long way to go to get there. They'd have to have a remarkable finish. And again, my question to Stuart Lowe would be, could it have been a time to send Gulshan Jai, go the left-hand, right-hand combo, and go to the man who is striking at just a fraction shy of 2 runs for every delivery he's faced in the tournament? He's probably been the most X-factor player in the entire event from all 9 teams. But they just, for me, they're slightly underutilising him further down the order, holding him back in the innings too much.
I still feel that there's an ample amount of time left in this game and they would want to take it probably closer to the 16th, 17th over. And in the process,
you just get another couple of overs and get him in. Powell works it around the corner, clever batting. He was dismissed with that stroke in the last game, exposed his leg stump, but it was cleaned up. But he sticks with his tactic, loves to use the pace on the ball, and they're dancing up in the stands. 4 more.
The very first delivery, cheeky. Rohit Bodal just passed fine, and once it passes the circle, the ball travels very, very quickly to the boundary rope.
Also, crucially, with that run, continues that extraordinary record of having just 1 duck in his entire career from now 76 matches. There's only been 2 players who've done it at a lower ratio. 2 good names, Mahendra Singh Dhoni in 85 in his 98 matches, just the 1 duck for him. Dipendra Singh Auri, 77 innings, then it's Angelo Matthews, then Rohit Powell, so 2.
ज्ञान छ कि आटाको गुणले पूरा गर्छ हरेक घरको डिमान्ड हामीसँग ज्ञान छ
Asian Paints Ultima Protect Shine यसमा रहेको UV हाइब्रिड टेक्नोलोजीले घाम पानी धुलोबाट दिन्छ वर्षौं वर्ष सुरक्षा घर रहन्छ सधैँ शानदार घर वर्षौं वर्ष
Can't wait, won't wait. Sunfeast Dark Fantasy.
MIT, an internationally recognized degree, Bagh Bazaar, Kathmandu.
Subscribe guys, subscribe and subscribe सबैजनाले subscribe.
Really good spell from Ismail Fatu TI. We've both been impressed with him. 1 for 31. Visser's been the other wicket taker today, and he Comes to ball his fourth and final. You would suspect Nepal have gone through the gears enough now, the handbrake's going to come off, they're going to really have a crack. As Paolo gets that round the corner for a quick single. 10 and over from here gets them 180. Would they be satisfied with that against a side ranked 64th in the world?
They can't be. They certainly can't be. They'll be disappointed. They'll be mighty disappointed. They want to get closer to 200, probably get in surplus of 200.
Googly, smoked, out of the ground. Really good strike from the Pendrasing Irie. Took a little while to get going. He was 12 off 15 at one point. He's starting to accelerate. And remember how much he loves this ground and how dangerous he is at this ground. The Googly was picked and smashed for 6.
I really feel that this is going to be a Dipendra Singh Irie afternoon here at the Oman Cricket Academy. He's going to strike and strike clean and score big. That kind of a player, very patient. He's taken his time and now he's making it count. The crowds are loving it.
He must be in the mix for the player of the tournament conversation, is he?
Has to be, with the kind of fielding that he's provided with the bowling. He bowled that crucial over.
Crucial final over, yeah, absolutely. That was against the UAE, winning by just 1 run. He's got a few scores, 20, 14 not out, 26, and now the best of the tournament for him. He's gone to 37, but it's been his wicket taking that's been consistent. Picked up 4 at a very good economy rate. We've seen 5 direct hit run-outs in the 5 games thus far, and he's looking to make it a perfect 6 today. He will be praying, and I don't mean P-R-A-Y-I-N-G, I mean P-R-E. He'll be praying like a tiger over the Samoan batters.
I don't think anybody's going to be taking a single after what they've seen. It's the best of Dipendra Singh Irie here at the Oman Cricket Academy. In the air, fielder there, ball him. It's a maximum. He's making a habit, Dipendra Singh Irie, and the crowds are absolutely ecstatic. They're enjoying the facilities here at the Oman Cricket Academy. They're enjoying the batting of Dipendra Singh Irie.
He's a real fan favourite. You can see why. Not a bad delivery. He's a bit unlucky, isn't he, Visser? Because it's a slight error. Great tumbling effort out there at long off. But we thought that Irie might take a liking to Visser here, to his leg breaks, and great running. He gets him back for a second. The point I was trying to complete, I'm not sure if I did, was that Irie's record in T20I cricket, his strike rate is by far the best at number 5, where he strikes at over 160 throughout his career. Everywhere else it's in around 130 or less. But he's really enjoying batting against Samoa here. It's a good over altogether. We see 18 runs come from it. The 150 comes up, and Nepal are now thinking about 200 plus, no doubt. It's 150.
Laksha Ane, Energy 8. Energy भनेकै Red Bull.
पुस्तालाई मायाले जोड्ने जिन्दगीलाई अर्डिनेरीबाट एक्स्ट्रा अर्डिनेरी बनाउने
subscribe.
In terms of RF Sheikh, but apart from that, Dipendra Singh Irie has taken over 46 of 30 deliveries. Yes, he started slow, but now he's capitalizing and making it count.
Yeah, and that acceleration has been very tangible, but also very necessary, very needed. Didn't get off to the greatest start. For me, what I find with Irie is he's a bit fidgety. I don't know, is it a nervy thing at the start of his innings? But when he sets a base and he power hits as well as anyone, and it's going to be a glorious way to bring up 50. Coming off 31 deliveries, promoted up the order, the vice captain to number 3. It's a 10th T20I 50 to go alongside that sole 100. And I'll tell you something, there might be one man who'll be taking the player of the tournament award. Outstanding batting.
Don't forget those 6 sixes that Dipendra Singh Irie hit. He's got the first one in this over of Burgess.
Tries to go again. You just sensed there might be a few fireworks in this over, and that was there to be hit, wasn't it? But couldn't get the elevation. They will get home for the single, even with the stutter step.
I'm going to ask you a question. If there's a 100-meter sprint, who's going to be winning that one in the Nepalese side?
I think Irie wins by a canter. Certainly over shorter distances, Irie wins. You see them going through their shuttle runs that they do at the end of each evening. Powell himself's quite quick. Kushal Bertel is incredibly quick. And also Nandan Yadav is fast, but maybe Sampal Kandi would say, actually, I'm quicker than all of you. Even though I'm a bit older than the rest of the team. He should pick up a couple there. Irie well, he just jogs home, doesn't he? Incredible to see. I know we've spoken a lot about the 3 qualifying teams, but they are going to be one of the stories of the tournament next year, you'd have to imagine. Nepal, particularly if they're placed in India, surely the ICC will look to play them down there.
Yeah, that's the area that will certainly benefit them.
You could almost see a biblical scene, couldn't you? Tens of thousands temporarily migrating down south of the border. It's in essence a very open border, no visas needed. We call it the most porous border actually in the world.
Don't talk about tens of thousands, talk about hundreds of thousands. This is Nepal that you're talking about.
I think they could sell out all 4 of their games in the group stages easily.
Especially they'll be looking at Ahmedabad.
Chipped straight to the man, and Cumberland takes a good catch. And credit to Burgess, he's deserved that. Irie's had his fun, but he'll have no more. It's a brave piece of bowling, got it full, got it into the block hole. And Sean Salia, who is a quality cricketer himself, looking forward to watching him bat in the second innings, ends the fans' fun. They love watching Irie bat, but he's got to go.
He's into his 4th over and he's been very economical. Just
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको हरपर्दो पाइ नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 8 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
Bebe, यो चीज बन्द हो न
हे यो चिज बल्छ हैन 2 PM चिज बल्छ के
यो भन्नुभयो के उहाँले 2 PM चिज बल्छ
Well, if we thought he maybe could have come in at the fall of the 3rd wicket, I think every Nepal fan will have expected it to be Gulshan Jha walking to the crease at number 6. Maybe a little eye on challenges ahead and an opportunity for Lokesh Bam, who hasn't really had the greatest tournament, to show his quality. It's difficult for him because he tends to open the batting in all domestic cricket. He's a keeper batter who can para hits, but he's been asked to perform a different role. He does get off the mark. Jha is held back. 17 ball, 161 for 4.
Energy 8. Energy भनेकै रेड बुल
Guys, subscribe and subscribe. सबैजनाले सब्स्क्राइब हान्दिनुहोस् सबैजनाले सब्स्क्राइब हान्दिनु
मायाले जोड्ने जिन्दगीलाई
साथीहरु सबैजनाले सपोर्ट गरिदिनु है सब्स्क्राइब हानेर साथ दिनु होला है ल सबैजनाले
First kind of guy, didn't see any complaints at all, but you did just sense a little bit of hint
सब्स्क्राइब हान्दिनु
of frustration. The reason he hasn't played is his great pal Sampal Kandi has bowled so well, and he's held sway over him. And I think Stuart Law likes that extra bit of pace that Nandan Yadav has, and a different kind of skill set that he offers with the Yorkers, the bouncers, and then a very good off-ball, off-cutter slower ball that works well. As National return for his 3rd, he starts with an off-cutter. His Bam will maybe want the 2nd and should get it pretty comfortably. Just how easily they're running between the wickets, a big gap between the 2 sides in terms of that running between the wickets and the fielding.
The outfields here at the Oman Cricket Academy are electric, but electric is the running between the wickets of Nepal. They have a competition. Can't believe my eyes with the way they run between the wickets. They run like a trace of bullets.
Did adjust on that 3rd game. Like cover this time, driven pleasingly by Bam. He'd love to get 20 not out or 25 red if you could. Reminder, if you are watching on, we'd love to hear from you. You can use that hashtag T20 World Cup. Maybe tell us where you're watching from, particularly if you're part of the diaspora of Nepal or Samoa and you're watching from a far-flung corner of the world. Likely, if you are, you're watching us live and free here on ICC TV. Also viewing in India on FanCode. Welcome to all the viewers there in beautiful India that will host that next T20 World Cup. And then back in Nepal on Katapur, Max TV HD. As that's cut away. Should just be the single, but I'll think of a second. Pedal won't be able to get back. Any questions for me, Andrew Leonard, or for my co-commentator Pranav Mehta, particularly about the Oman side and their story, their journey? We'll probably get to those in the second innings, but get them in. You can use the hashtag T20 World Cup or message me directly at Cricket Badge here. You've enjoyed the 10 days overall, Pranav?
Oh, it's been fantastic. The way this entire tournament has carried out, the kind of matches that have been on offer, nail-biting thrillers.
Sliced away, bit of fortune to be honest for Lokesh Bam, but he'll take the runs as they come. Nash bowled a very good leg cutter here, deceived Bam, and it will fly down for 4.
He's bowling way too full for my liking. Throughout this entire game against Nepal, throughout this tournament, he was looking to hit the deck hard, bowl back off length. But all of a sudden in this game, he's looked to pitch it up, and that's where things have been a little more easier for Nepal. 169 for 4, 17.4, 14 balls to spare.
Oh, big shot. That's monstrous. That's onto the road, I think. It might not be coming back. Bam can be so dangerous, and Bam goes boom. 90 metres plus. Nash dispatched for the maximum. Look out on that main road.
What an incredible strike. Shuffle across, throws the kitchen sink at it, heaves across the line and gets it from the middle of the bat. That means that the ball was travelling a long distance. This is a 6 by far on any ground in the world whatsoever. One of the longest 6s of this tournament. Lokesh Bam, 14 or 5. He's come with the intent. 175 on the board with 13 balls to spare. A little bit of a discussion. Probably fine leg, or rather deep square leg has been brought in to the circle. 2 players in the deep on the offside. That means that Solomon Nash is going to be opting to bowl a lot of wide yorkers.
Goes again, not quite as big, but equally as effective. Bam, boom, boom. 6-6 to finish the over. 18 bowled, 200 plus on the cards. Big over. It's 181 for 4.
Oh, not learning a lesson, Solomon Nash. You can't be bowling in the arc of the right-hander in any format whatsoever, especially this format which is so unforgiving. Full and wide. Bam has ample opportunity to throw the kitchen sink, extend those long levers. It's that phase of the game where one means business. 18 overs done, 181 for 4.
हरेक लक्ष्यको आफ्नै कथा हुन्छ जोशको उत्साह मेहनतको लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 1 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बल
Nepal top, subject top. And for that they would probably need to put in a lot of...
Got him straight through. It's me. I think, oh, he hasn't. It's missed everything. Looked like the bail had just been kissed, but it might have just thudded into the pad of the keeper.
I thought
my eyes are deceiving me. Very bright out there. As Paolo, well, goes a long way downtown. Very nearly bowled the previous ball, and now pumped for 6.
Almost the cameraman has been taken out. That's how straight the shot was from the bat of Paudel. Not learning their lesson at the moment, Samoa, bowling too full. And that's always going to be very effective, very easy. Incredible striking from Nepal towards the late end. short, and this is much better.
Should get to. Bam will come in and out quickly, and great running from Bam, because if it wasn't for his call there, they would have only got the single, but really good reactions. It's such a vibe out there though, it's hard to explain. The Nepal fans are picking their own tunes. We've heard Mata Dale Dale ring out by Shantarani Pariyar. Also just heard Sushant Keshi's Bardali, one of my favourite Nepali tunes, that one. And also, I think I heard a little earlier on, Ferry Jalma, all of the really trending songs right now back in Nepal. There's a few things they love in that country: cricket, music, and they love a little bit of an evening drink as well, and a bit of a dance. It's kind of like Ireland. Do you like the food? Yeah, all the food too. The momo, nothing better than the momo. I'll tell you that the best momo too, the chicken kote momo.
It's a gift to the world.
Oh, it's the best.
From
best
Nepal.
Here is Mead in his final delivery. He's bowled pretty well actually in his 3 overs. Credit to the young man into the team today. Spears that in, hammered high, handsome, it's going, gone. All the way for 6. Bam is having the impact finally. And it's a Goshen Jah-esque impact with the big hitting. And that'll be a maximum over the offside. 6 more.
We talk about Asif Sheikh, we talk about Dipendra Singh Airy, we talk about all the other batters, and then there is this batter who's coming very late in the equation.
आटाको गुणले पूरा गर्छ हरेक घरको डिमान्ड हामीसँग ज्ञान छ
गजबको पिरो अब 120 ग्राम 20% एक्स्ट्रा तौलसँगै रु 50 मा गजबको पिरो बब्बाल पिरो छ
Can't wait, won't wait. Sunfeast Dark Fantasy.
Now, Maliata hasn't bowled the entire innings. The reason for that, we haven't seen a left-hander in yet, and he is being thrown, well, I'm going to call this a hospital pass, to use a rugby reference. I told you the story about Samoan rugby the other day. This is an all-time great hospital pass. And the meaning of a hospital pass is a ball that's thrown to you as you know you're about to get tackled and you can do nothing. He's got a ball the most difficult over the innings, the 20th and final. All 4 fielders in the offside are up in the ring, all the others in the deep. As Powell helps that away to the protection out there, will just be a single. Now Lokesh Bam has a real chance to go big here.
Watch out for the breeze, it's on the leg side, he's bowling from around the wicket, so that angle is always going to be an offer. For Lokesh Bam striking over 300, he's looking for maximums.
Isn't he just doesn't quite get it out of the middle of the bat, but finds the gap ever so effectively. Malayata can't believe it. He thought it was a pretty good result. Clothed by Bam, not out of the middle, but look at this for an impact. Lokesh Bam has made 30 off just 9 deliveries.
In the process, Nepal will cross the 200 mark as well. Never a great idea to be bowling around the wicket to somebody who's looking to dominate the leg side. Ben Mailata will continue to do so.
Now he's mishit this. Long on comes into play. Should be held. Oh no! He's put it down! Visser. Maybe the fans in his ear behind him. Well, that should have been taken. It should have been the end of Lokesh Bam.
Cannot believe my eyes. 4 wickets down. Nepal should have been 5 wickets down. And most importantly, Lokesh Bam was being so ever destructive.
Back live with you now. Really flying through this final over. Didn't get a chance to look at that replay. Career best in Bam's 14 T20Is, 33. He's got a chance to better that. This is the drop chance. Visser's such a good fielder as well. That should have been held. Just too much pressure from the fans. Back live now. And Bam is going to give him maybe another chance. No, instead it'll be Malayata. Runs backwards. Can he hold on? No! It's a goal and gone down! 2 in the over. And Malayata this time has no one to blame but himself.
Second highest score of this particular tournament, 225 with UAE. That's what they got.
Oh dear, Samoa have not helped themselves. Look at the reaction even from Rahul Asher. He can't believe it. Malayata just a wry shake of the head, did all the hard work, got there. Here's the final ball of the first innings. And of course it's been dispatched for 6. It's a career best for Lokesh Bam. That ball is not coming back. Brilliant work by Innocent, our cameraman up on top. He's tracked it all the way to the moon and back. That one's going. The Bam finishes in some style with a strike rate in excess of 300. Just the impact he needed to make to finish his tournament on a high. Nepal have finally got past that 200 marker. It's been their biggest innings so far. They won't get past UAE's 225 that came against Samoa, but surely 211 for 4 will be far too many for Samoa.
Unbelievable and incredible striking from the Nepalese batters to get 211, the second highest score of this tournament. It is the ICC Men's T20 World Cup Asia and East Asia Pacific qualifier, and Nepal have really dominated the affairs in the middle against Samoa.
Yeah, great finish from Lokesh Bam. You feel for Ben Malayata. That was, well, maybe one of the all-time great hospital passes. He was just thrown there, out on the wing. Just told you've got to bowl the 20th and final. Good contributions from Asif Sheikh, who's had an excellent tournament. Dipender Singh Ari promoted up the order, made a 10th career T20 I-50, and good efforts too from Rohit Patel, the skipper, and Lokesh Bam with 39 off 12. That's the highest score in his T20 I career.
Not a lot to be talking about the bowling of the Samoan effort. 4 wickets to sum up. Daniel Burgess got a wicket earlier on. Samoan Fatitai, one of the pickup bowlers throughout this tournament for Samoa, and he did well to pick up a wicket for himself. Darius Reza is expensive. He also got a wicket, and Noah Mead got a wicket. But apart from that, everyone was really expensive. Samoani Fatitai, probably the pickup bowlers, with an economy of 7.75.
Yeah, I suppose from this position it's going to be difficult for Samoa. Let's get a look at the best of this first innings. Asif Sheikh and Kushal Patel got another good opening stand, but really all of the positive stroke play came from Sheikh. Patel was relatively becalmed throughout his innings. Someone who's had a great tournament, just that one big 6 over the offside that gave him real cause to celebrate. And then it was all about Asif Sheikh, who went through the gears at a very good strike rate indeed. You think about that opening partnership, the way in which it was accumulated. 63 runs came in the first 6.4 overs, but then Saimanu Fatuti, who's had a really good tournament again. I thought he was the pick of the bowlers alongside Daniel Burgess. They started the fight back and the wickets started to fall, and that period outside of the power play, despite the flying start, proved a little bit difficult. That was the first wicket. Thought it was an inside edge at first, but kind of straight in to middle stump. There was a few bad runs from Darius Visser, who was lots of promise with his leg breaks, and also picked up his own wicket of Arif Sheikh, who he trapped LBW. But there were so many boundaries, 11 in total for Sheikh, 6 there was for Dipender Singh, who started slowly and really accelerated.
They kept going and they kept going bonkers against the batters. Yes, that was the final wicket which could make an effect.